What's up, Raider Nation? What's cracking? What's cracking? Right here with fucking, little wake and bake. I mean, we're waiting on the Raider Nation live, but I mean, they'll be in a bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we'll get this shit started. You know what I mean? With a little bit of wake and bake. We see there's some people already up in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, 10, 11 shit going up. 11 people up in the building already. Shit. We're going. NorCal, what's cracking, man? Hey, man, the fantasy football, man, that fucking the league, bro, that shit's crazy tonight, bro. The ending tonight's gonna be crazy. See who gets in, see who gets out. You still got a chance, bro. So, but there's shit that has to happen in front of you. There's shit that has to happen in front of me. But yeah, man, good luck tonight, man, NorCal. Let's see what Dark Raider, what's cracking, man? Raider Paul got the bong ready. Yes, sir, I do too, bro. Want to take a rip right now. Let me just get through the chats real quick. We got Brian Rodriguez up in here. We got Raider Mania, Robert Pena. What's cracking? Joel E. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's cracking, guys? What's up? What's up? Good morning to y'all, man. I know it's pretty low morning. You know what I mean? Fucking haven't been able to score in over a little bit over 6 quarters. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. But you know how we say, man, I'm always gonna be wearing my Raider shit. I'm always gonna be representing because it's Raider Nation till I die, man. I don't give a fuck how we are. I mean, we suck right now. I mean, Raider Paul had a point, I guess. That was the whole time. That season was over, and like I know I've said on the record, like until the season mathematically we're out of it, then we can start talking about all that stuff. But we just don't look good right now, man. We don't look good. It's the offense is just bad. Like the decision making. Just yesterday you seen even the little bit of times that Aiden did get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? He's you got receivers dropping the ball. The Michael Mayer one that could have been a first down in the middle of the field that was gonna take us across midfield. The Tucker catch on the sideline that he couldn't secure. With his hands at first. The Renfro fumble. You know what I mean? The run. I think when Jacobs had Jacobs or I forgot who had a good run, dog. Holding call. That they took it out to the 40 at the other time. We were about to score, and then we got 2 sacks in a row. It's just like the situational yesterday was just crazy, bro. Like when they needed a play to get us out of field goal range, or they needed a turnover to take us, for us like not to get any points. It just happened at the best time for them and at the worst time for us, bro. And it was just a poor display of football yesterday, man, and especially on the offensive side. The defensive side was great. It's been great for some time now. Pretty much all season they've been solid. There's been a couple of games here and there where, the defense has been suspect, and they did exploit some stuff, like especially in the Chicago game and in the Bills game. But other than those couple of games, bro, I mean, the Kansas City game as well. You know what I mean? For that portion of the game where they went on 31 straight, but that was just, I think, a lot of that in a lot of those games, it's due to the cause, directly on the offense, man. It's like it's basically the because if you're staying on the field, if your offense can't move the ball, it's when you're going up against other offenses ain't going to be as inadequate as you. You know what I mean? So it was just a bunch of it was a horse shit, bro. It was just like yesterday was just bad. The offense has been bad all year. Other than one game against a bad defense, we scored 30 points. Still haven't got the offense over 20 points themselves, I think. You know what I mean? Other than that game, it's just been bad, bro. You know what I mean? And we're lucky to be in it because the whole AFC, like that. The whole AFC has that bottom of the, that pretty much 6 through 13, 14. You know what I mean? That still has us mathematically in it. But to be honest with you, after watching yesterday's football game, after, because you're not supposed to come out there like that after a bye, bro. Like that's just I don't see it getting any. I can see it probably getting, probably executing better, probably being better in some of those situations. But as far as like getting better to like or closer to one of these actual playoff teams that can make some noise in the playoffs, it's just not there, bro. And to be honest, at this point, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the development, the evaluation of these players, bro. I mean, AP's gonna need a miracle. You know what I mean? It's almost damn near uh, impossible now, unless I think he runs the table and this offense looks just night and day from here on out. I think that's the only way because the defense. I think the defense is going to be rolling and it's going to roll for the rest of the season. It's going to keep us in some games that you know what I mean. But the offense, if it plays like this, it's going to be very frustrating to where you can see probably games being held, being in striking distance for a long time. A lot of these games you can probably see that, but if the offense keeps playing like this, you're gonna see teams pull away from us at the end, which is gonna make the defense kind of look bad. But to be honest, like if the offense keeps playing like this and the defense plays good first halves, good, keeps us in games and stuff like that, to the point where the time of possession is just killing us. That I'm not gonna blame the defense, bro. Like, yeah, the defense should be, but the defense is locked in, man. The defense is locked in. They're gassing out there in the second halves, and that's why you see like, you know what I mean. The offense is being non-existent in the second half. Well, shit, the whole game. Couldn't get a first down yesterday. You know what I mean. And I seen a report saying that how come that like, and I was one to say like you can't really, you wouldn't. It would be a disservice to like go from Aiden, you know what I mean, as a starter. But when you see a guy struggling like that, man, and that's another detriment to AP, man. Like when you see a guy like just struggling like that, that's a detriment to you, man. Like you cannot keep him in the game struggling like that, man. Couldn't get a first down. Couldn't get a first down in the second half, bro. Come on, bro. Like up into that pretty much Renfro fucking first down. You know what I mean? It was just horrible display of football yesterday, man. And I mean, the Vikings, man. The Vikings have been on a little roll. They went on a 2-game skid, and you know what I mean. They're a better team than what they were at the beginning of the season, but nothing that we shouldn't have been able to have. You see the defense hold them. Their offense wasn't good, bro. I mean, it's just our offense was non-existent. Our offense was bad, bro. You know what I mean? Then we were suffering injuries. I mean, Andre James, fucking Colton Miller was out. You got Josh Jacobs getting hurt during the game. You just had a bunch of shit yesterday that, just added to that poor display of football, man. You know what I mean? You see guys out there, giving it their all on the defensive side, man. Tyree, man, finally started to, finally had a game where you can say, damn, you know what I mean? He's worth it, man. Like not like you can say, damn, that dude can be something. You know what I mean? Getting in there, getting sacks, getting some tackles for loss, putting pressure on the defense, stopping the run, reading the screenplays. Like that was an overall great game from Tyree, man, which was overlooked, man, because I mean, it's going to be overlooked by many. I mean, I know people that pay really, really good attention to the Raiders, of course, yeah, but these fans that just look from it from afar and just look at stats or look at this or that, and they're just gonna be like, you know what I mean? They really ain't gonna see the game that Tyree had yesterday, man. You know what I mean? And it's just because nobody's gonna mention it. But if they pull off that game yesterday, those little plays come up, fucking they're magnified. They're magnified. In the film room next day, and just like all over the media, they're finally starting to say maybe this guy's coming along, but it's just when you play a football game like that, you have no reason to be on any media site. You have no reason to be on anything unless you're being laughed at, bro. You know what I mean? Not the defense, but it was just embarrassing, bro. It was an embarrassing loss, for the offense, for AP, for because a loss like that, you know what I mean? I think that was the first time we were ever fucking. I don't know if it was like the first time ever shut out or whatever, but it's just crazy, man. A goose egg, fucking goose egg, bro. That is. I mean, I'm still upset for this, but let me calm down. Let me take a rip, man. Let me take a little quick rip up out of the bong. For everybody in the chat, this is the wake up. This is the wake and bake. I haven't fucking been talking for 12 minutes straight, so let me take a rip. YouTube can't. YouTube does, kind of like monitor the beginning of the show. So let me take my rip now. Give no reason, but we don't want to give no reason. No, we got one of my partners on stage. Shit, we got Gravy in the building. Yes, sir.
What's up, Gravy?
Oh, did you see you were added to the jar right there? You said you were added to the gravy OG in the jar back there. Did you
see it? Yeah.
Gravy, look at that Gravy OG right there. Oh shit! Look at that.
That's dope.
Yeah, what's
up, first day back at work, man. First day back at work, and go on vacation again next week. So just got a week chilling. 3 weeks. They get 3 weeks off. They get 3 weeks off for the Christmas holidays now, dude. School. That's a grip.
They get next week off. They already get next week. My son has finals next week, but they don't go back. Yeah, they get like they only get 2 weeks, but I think it's because they add them on different days. Like there's some schools that will give you an extra week on that day, or then there's some schools that will give you like extra days on Thanksgiving. Like they give you the whole week, and then there's they just give them more days out of the other week. They'll distribute those 5 days into like other parent conference days or whatever. They only got 2 weeks, but for sure, yeah. But man, how did fucking after watch? I don't know if you watched it again, Gravy, or not, man. But shit, man, this shit was just watching, again, bro. Like what I was talking about, like just even on other times where we could have it still wouldn't have looked good or whatever, but just like the times that he did finally, that he actually, had the ball moving or whatever, you know what I mean? Like there was a time where he got it past the 50. They got a good running play, holding call, and then another, an illegal. I think it was I forgot what it was. I think it was a legal man downfield or something like that. But then 2 sacks in a row. You know what I mean? Takes him out of field goal range, and then the throw to Tucker on the sideline. Can't secure it, you know what I mean? Couldn't secure it, you know what I mean? For with that catch, that should be a catch, bro. Like, there's no reason why you should be playing patty cake with that ball, you know what I mean? And then the first down to Michael Mayer, you know what I mean? That was the obvious first down. Michael Mayer fucking drops the ball, boom, you know what I mean? It's just those type of plays aren't going to help a rookie quarterback that's struggling. Fucking let's put it out what it is. He's fucking. And that's keeping it light, you know. He's struggling. He's struggling. That's keeping it light. But it's just like those, along with the fumble from Hunter from Renfro. Just all of those things right there could have put points on the board, and it's just at the end of the day, 0 points, and then the interception. You know what I mean? To top it off at the end of the game, just to put a cherry on top. You know what I mean? Still in the game, still have a chance to win the game, and you throw an interception. Just not our day. Embarrassing, dog, all around on the offense. And it was just that was just a very bad like it's just that was just a very bad thing for everybody who's looking for to stick around, dog, as a either a starting franchise quarterback for the future, or the head coach and possibly even GM for the future, dog. Because to be honest, it looks like almost all of them. If I don't know, man, I don't know how it's gonna work. Are they gonna get rid of everybody? Because the people that they look at, it's going to depend on them. And if that's going to be really your hire, are you going to stop them from trying to bring in their own guys? I don't think so. You know what I mean? If that's the guy that you want. So yeah, that was a very, very bad loss for everybody yesterday. That's trying to look for a fucking stick around.
I watched it. I did watch it again and again, but we didn't help Aiden out. Those guys, like you were saying, they didn't have Aiden out either. But it wasn't. They were punching that ball out. They were stripping that ball out. So, we got to be more. We got to hang on to the ball. Renfro has had a problem with that, but you need that play, and it's just I don't want to make excuses. I heard a lot about the offensive line. Dudes were missing. We've adapted before. What's the difference between this game? Just because we didn't score any points, Miller was out, and then James went out. But if you look at that, you got to see that the dude's holding the ball for a long time. He crumbles up. He crumbles up when he feels pressure. He doesn't want to take off. He's not good.
The intentional grounding, he had fucking 10 seconds back there, and he still got an intentional grounding.
That's too long, man. You can throw it on the ground, the other side where there's players at, or you could have threw it at the feet.
Bonehead, dog. Like all of your receivers work to the left. Why are you throwing it to the right? Fucking. Oh, that was just that.
There wasn't even a defensive player there. And then we're going back to the things that AP said he fixed. The penalties, and we were doing pretty good. Didn't we have a no penalty game last time?
Yeah.
And then we get all the.
I think we're the third lowest penalized teams, but that's cool and everything, but the fucked up thing is that when we do get the penalties, they're at crucial fucking times, bro.
We're at a third and manageable, and then we end up to be third and 18, or third and 16 with the 10-yard, and then that changes your whole playbook, Gabe. You know that it changes. Bo probably has a play, and then he has to throw the ball now, or you could tell the guy's not ready, and he's not a play caller. But we have an assistant passing coordinator on our team that I don't know why didn't. At least he's the quarterback coach doesn't really deal with plays and the formations and stuff. He just deals with the quarterback. And then there's a guy that was a Lombardi's assistant that's still on the squad, but he's like a passing game coordinator or something. And maybe let him, or maybe it's too far gone already. He's too deep into the playbook already that you have to do something. But the worst scenario to do is to just start a blank and just say, all right, we're gonna get rid of this guy. Just start doing that now. You got to let it roll. We got 4 more games left. See what happens. And if it gets worse, it gets worse. Just try to improve on last week, because I don't think it could get no worse than that.
Yeah, because
you're not scoring any points, and then you punted 8 times, bro.
That was crazy. That came out at halftime.
Yeah,
the stat that came out at halftime.
And I seen the box score, bro. I seen the box score, and our punter netted more punting yards than both teams put together. He had 430.
They put the stat up like after halftime, right, on the screen, and it was like punt, missed field goal, punt. I think it was like I forgot what else it was, and then it was just punt. Like, oh no, like that was
the biggest
crazy,
play of the game. Biggest play of the game was our punter kicking a 70-something yard punt.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That was crazy. And then
just
when I talk about the penalties, it's like the penalties that we get is like, I don't mind when the penalties like, okay, the quarterback throws a bad throw and you cause an offensive pass interference because you're trying to break up the interception, right? That's a good penalty. But we get the penalties that where it's a long throw and it's offensive pass interference on someone that has nothing to do with the play. We'll get an offensive pass interference on something that had nothing to do with the play on the other side of the field or close to it, but like they had no point of doing it. I mean, those are the type of penalties that we get, bro. Like those situational penalties where it's just like you get a positive play, but it brings you all the way back. But like I don't mind getting penalties if they're for, saving an interception, saving, or doing this, saving your quarterback's ass from getting, just knocked out or something, or something like that. But the type of penalties that we get, bro, especially yesterday, were just backbreakers, bro.
Crucial.
Especially when your quarterback's playing like
crucial penalties. And then, one of them we could have kicked the field goal. We went for it on fourth down. We got the manageable, and then we get another penalty that takes us back 10 yards out of Carson's field goal range. So I'm like, man, these dudes are kicking 62-yard field goals right now. Last night I was like, well, Carson could do that.
We need to get a fucking ex soccer player, dog. That fool was in the MLS.
But he's booting it. 59, 60.
61, 59. Yeah, no, shit.
And our guys over here missing 30-yarders.
And those look like they could have went in from like 65, 70.
It was Janikowski in that shit.
For real, bro. They were nothing. They didn't look they were like barely making it now. They were getting there.
But I heard a couple of things today that is the offensive line fault because Aiden is Aiden, bro. It could be a factor, the offensive line, but then if it got this bad, because offensive linemen are rotating a lot more than we know because we don't see it and we don't pay attention to it. We're just watching the ball float around everywhere. But if we're losing the game because of Miller and James got hurt, so we were talking shit on James that he should be out anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't. The game was already. It was still 0-0. The offense wasn't moving it before or after. That's just bad football.
The sacks came because Aiden was holding the ball too long. It didn't have anything to do with the offensive line, not protecting them. That offensive line can only do like maybe 4 seconds. Any offensive line. If you could do more than 4 seconds, then you got top-notch shit. But the ball should be up by then. All your reads should be done within 3.5, 4 seconds. And which one of those is going to come open. He can't process that fast. But he's a rookie, and then we keep giving this dude excuses. I was saying this 2 games ago that this dude ain't ready. He's not showing the quarterback type. That was stuff that we were saying before. He has an arm, okay, but you need to know the game too. You need to know defense. You need to know what's coming at you. Does he have a problem reacting to the? Does he see pressure? Does he put his linemen in right positions? He's over here throwing his arms all over the place. Gabe, what do you think he's saying to him? Watch this guy. Watch that guy. He's got to be saying something to him.
Yeah, you can see the frustration.
Or he just waving. What is it? Dummy calls or something like that, or what?
You can just see the frustration in AP's eyes too when when Aiden's holding the ball, when Aiden's making mistakes like that, it's like that's not what they practice. That's not how he's looking in practice, dog. Like you could tell the look on his face. You could tell. You could read body language, and you could see when he threw that intentional grounding. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You seen the frustration in his eyes, bro. That's one thing about AP. He's not gonna hide that frustration shit, and you seen it every time. He would make something stupid like that, like when he was doing something stupid like that, you could see the frustration. It's like, why are you doing this? This is not how we practice this all week. You look good all week. That's why I praise you in the fucking media, and you do this during the game. It's like that needs to translate. You know what I mean? And you could tell. I mean, I'm just speculating because it's, but from a body language perspective, from all of that shit, from just an optics, when you were seeing from the sideline after plays that Aiden was making like that, you could tell. You know what I mean? And you can tell, that that's like he's sticking with him because that's the guy that he named when he came in. But it's gonna be real hard if he fucking if he does start on Thursday, because that's still a big if. The way he played this game, like 0 points, dog. I'm sorry. Like there's whenever you score 0 points in the fucking and you're a rookie, there's always going to be a slight chance or a big chance of you possibly sitting the next game. So if he does start and he does, play like that or start off like that, we gotta be AP, bro. What are you doing, dog? You're not gonna say your job like that anyhow. So what are you doing? We need to spark something again, dog, because that shit just Aiden is not. I guess he had those first 2 games where he came out and he played okay and looked like he had room for improvement, but it looked like he hit a wall real quick, and now he's just being, he's just stuck. He's just stuck at where he's at, and that's it. And that's a struggling rookie quarterback.
And I don't even think it was Flores, Brian Flores' strategy, what he was doing to him. You know what I mean? I don't even think it was that. It was just Aiden fucking up himself. Throwing balls behind guys. He's constantly did that. Nobody's not saying nothing with the guy. The only excuse we have is that he's a rookie. Well, 5 games into his rookie debut right now, and he's still doing the same shit. So he's not learning. He's not processing right. And I know it's going to be a whole different, scheme and offense next year, and maybe he might do better than that. But right now, he's just not getting it. And the one we brought in for so much money that got it, but that was just fucking up in the beginning of the season is on the bench. So why not? I'm sure he has some want to.
He think he like, bro. You know what I mean? Aiden ain't going anywhere. So like,
yeah.
I just at this point, like, if you have any, I think if you have any chance of wanting to say if Aiden starts the game off like that again, bro, like, I know he's a rookie and they should give him chances to mess up, but if you're trying to keep a job as a head coach, I'm speaking from AP's perspective. If you're trying to keep a head coaching position, dog, like, that's not the way you're gonna keep it, because you gotta be able to have the balls to make that decision if your guy's struggling, and and it's just right now he's not showing it, and it's not looking good, bro. Like, I was one that was kind of beating the table for AOC. I was beating the table for AOC to start and all that shit, but you got to call it the way you see it. And the first couple games, like I said, he looked like he had some chance for improvement, chance to maybe, develop into, a little bit better, you know what I mean? Especially getting some chemistry with these guys, but he's just getting worse. He's starting to underthrow arms, underthrow balls, he's starting to, you know what I mean, putting guys in bad positions as well. Yesterday, he threw one behind. You can see the frustration on Adams on one throw where he threw it behind him on a slant, where it's like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, you can see the body language in Adams, bro. Like, come on, bro, that's a slant. That should be a fucking timing throw that we've been doing all these last 5 weeks that you've been starting since we started, training camp, when I had a chance with you. So it's like, those are those type of looks that he's giving them. I mean, those are the type of looks that he's getting from the players that, like, we've been doing this. What's the problem? You know what I mean? It's like, come on. And it's not like this rookie doesn't have There's other rookies that come into the league that they struggle. They also struggle because they don't have the weapons around them, bro. The Raiders have weapons around them, bro. They got Jacoby Myers, they got Devontae Adams, they got Josh Jacobs, they got Michael Mayer, they got weapons around them. So it's like there's no reason in hell we should be scoring 0 points. No reason.
We got a good kicker too. You know, even 3, 6, 9. I don't. That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing.
Points, bro. Like, and I could feel everybody's frustration on that offense right now. Like, it's just, bro, I'm a fucking all-pro. And Jacobs could look at himself. I'm an all-pro. Colton Miller could look at himself. Like, I know he didn't play yesterday, but he's an all-pro. He's been an all-pro before. You know, Devontae Adams has been an all-pro before. You know what I mean? It's like, these guys are probably looking at themselves like, what the fuck? 0 points?
They got me, and we didn't score points. And there was again, Devontae not getting the ball in the second half. I don't know what it is with this guy. He just, all right, I'm gonna stop throwing it to my main target, or throwing the ball, period. And then I don't know what I'm gonna hurt my running back for 0 points, and then you know we don't even know if Jacob's gonna be ready to play next week. It's quick. It looks like said it was his knee. He got a bum knee. Another one. Dudes are getting hurt for no points. Yeah. You know, and I thought Jacobs had way more yards than what it says he had, but it looked like he was getting through the line, but they were tackling very well. They were tackling Jacobs well.
Yeah, and he had a couple of I think lost yardage plays too, where got about him that down, but it was just he played limited. He got hurt. He kept, you know, he pulled himself out of the game a couple of times. You know, it's something with his legs because he came out both times. The second one didn't look too hard. It looked like it was just like an arm tackle on his legs, on his thighs. But I think that was just already from earlier in the game, and I think that just re-aggravated or something like that. But he looked at from the beginning of the game that, you know, when he kind of came out of the game, and then on that second tackle, it looked like it re-aggravated, which kind of kept them out for really the rest of the game. You know what I mean? It was non-factor pretty much after that point.
This is my correction for all this in my mind, game. It might be stupid and people might think I'm crazy.
It's your opinion, dog.
It's what AP can do if he could get this job is to turn this shit around.
He's gonna have to ask Santa for it.
Yeah, you know he has to. He's gonna have to. There ain't no worse he could go. You know what I mean? There ain't no worse he could go. 0 points on offense. Your defense is playing well, and there's nothing. But to correct what he did, and if he does it in a crazy way, when we start scoring a lot of points, that means he put some emphasis on the offense. So, and then things changed. That'll be the only way he can.
31st Street, you know that movie Miracle on 31st Street is gonna have to be Miracle on Tropicana Street. Damn.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's getting that job, I think. From right here, I was talking big shit about him last week. That, you know, I thought, but I never in my wildest dreams thought we were gonna get 0 points. So that nullifies all of that shit.
Yeah, me neither, bro. I didn't think we were gonna get 0. It was a. I almost fell asleep on the game, bro. It was. I
mean, shit. You wouldn't have missed anything.
I didn't miss nothing. What, a couple of punts?
You wouldn't have missed it. You would have fell asleep anyway. Shit. It's just crazy. Let me take another rip real quick. I'll let everybody out there for the wait that's waking and baking. Well, it's not even waking and baking in some areas, but shit. If you just woke up, it's wake and bake anywhere. You can wake up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's still wake and bake if you're just waking up.
Yeah, I think Renfro's gone. I think Renfro's gone no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter who they want as coach.
Tucker needs those reps. to be on the field more. He needs to get more percentage on the field than Renfro.
Yeah.
So Renfro's just kind of like getting into those reps where, because he's getting money, so they're gonna play him. You know what I mean? So like I just think releasing Renfro or trading him if you can is just going to. I don't think you're gonna see a drop off at all, because you're gonna see Tucker just. I mean, Tucker fucked up yesterday too with that catch, but I just think he's a rookie. I think he's gonna get better. He has the speed. He's a guy that.
Unless he's stressed out for it, Gabe. Stressed out for it and made an effort to get it. He just didn't.
Yeah, I just don't like the bam. Like you gotta secure that motherfucker. But it's he made an effort. It's just that, and that was the one that was the one throw where Aiden finally used his little bit of mobility in the pocket where he kind of rolled out, made a good throw, and just didn't help him out. The couple of times he did make good throws, they couldn't help him out.
Bro,
you know what I mean? The throw
he two-stepped in there.
The throw to
he two-stepped in there.
Yeah, for sure. No, but then there was one where did you see where he tried to take off? He looked like he was going to try to take off to get a first down in the goal line, right before he threw like the interception. I mean, right before he threw the fumble, where he threw it, he got the fumble. He tried to go like a foul play. Boy, where the fuck
His
you
body
going?
said no.
Body
said no.
Going.
I'm about to get hurt right here. I told you. When he got drafted, I told Lo, the dude has a I told Lo, this might be a mistake, but it says he has minus 180 something yards rushing. I go, then we seen it. He don't want to move. He don't want to go nowhere.
He don't want to move forward. Barely wants to move, in the pocket and side to side. Barely wants to do that. And now to move forward across the fucking the actual line of scrimmage, he ain't trying to do that. He looks, he just looked, even his body language yesterday was just like saying like he just looked like with this look on his face. Like he kind of looks like that all the time, but I don't know, bro. Like that shit was just like a, I don't know. Like,
he looks fucking shell shocked, bro. He looks shell shocked. Like, fuck, these guys, I don't know. That quick release, that presence in the pocket is gone from him. I don't know if it's the New England way or whatever, but I don't know what happened to it. It's gone.
And there was a couple of runs yesterday where I don't even want to put too much on Jacobs though, but there was even a couple of runs yesterday where Jacobs had holes and he's like running into his fucking blockers. We're like, come on, Jacobs, you got to have that vision. You're the type of guy that has that type of vision, bro. So I'm not going to knock you on it. I'm not going to talk shit about you on it, but you missed those. You missed those yesterday, and that's a product of like the whole offense type, like it's just not gelling right now because that's not Jacobs, bro. Like Jacobs usually hits those holes and he's going to take those for 8, 9 yards, 10 yards. You know what I mean? And it just didn't look good yesterday. The whole offense. Offense didn't look good.
What pisses me off the most is that it's never had, bro. It's never got together. Even last year. You know what I mean? Even though he had 1,800 yards, he was still doing that shit. He was still hitting back some, those big guys that take them a little while to get there. But you got to see that. You be patient and let them get their blocks. You don't run right behind them like that, but there's a certain amount of time where you need to get up there. I understand Jacob's grab about it. Because if you take forever to pull around and shit, but
I'm just keeping the only quarterback I'm keeping next year is Aiden, but he ain't starting. He only coming in for the emergencies, and he's gonna be our backup. But because he's a rookie, so I think that's the reason why they don't cut him. But far as Jimmy and the other one, unless they make that out of the ordinary move this week and Jimmy wins 4 straight, then he could be our backup. Fuck it. Nah, but I think Jimmy's days are done here. But if he can fucking come in and pull us off a miracle, then fuck it. But yeah, Jimmy's days are done here. I think what I've seen so far from Aiden, I don't see him being any more than a backup, for the future with us. And I see us 100. I won't say 100%, because there's always room for fucking fucking detours with us, the Raiders. So I'll say 99.9% we're gonna get a quarterback in this fucking draft.
Anthony, ain't nobody gonna want to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Ain't nobody gonna want to trade for him.
Yeah, so I just think that ain't nobody. We're getting 99.9. We're getting our quarterback, probably the future in the first round this year. I think because it's just too glaring, too noticeable. I think that whatever whatever coach that they do bring in, and even if by some miracle it's AP, I think he knows. You know what I mean? With like even with that speech on Saturday, like he knows that the quarterback is very, very important for the future coming up, getting one of these guys in this next coming draft. So I think
I can say not one negative thing about the defense. He all offense negative. That's rare, bro, for a coach to single out. See, that's very usually you blame everybody and then yourself. You know what I mean? But he said offensively we sucked. Basically, in a nutshell, we sucked. Couldn't do anything. But that downfalls you, Gabe, because you're involved in that. You have to be. You know what I mean? You have to be involved. You just can't go, Bo, go ahead, take care of the offense. It's yours. You can't do that. You can't do that, man.
The only thing I would say, and the only thing because that's something we won't know, you know what I mean, unless it's been talked about behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like for the rest of this year, like since he doesn't know, like if that was one thing that was talked about when they were like brought in when they took that when they were promoted, basically, like if this is AP, because he's a defensive guy, he's a defensive oriented guy or whatever like that. So I don't know if that's why the defense looks so good, and they said the offense, it's going to be with him until we can get you a guy that's the only thing that's going to save AP. If it was something that was talked about when they were promoted, or like, okay, you guys, you two worry about the defense and you worry about whatever you can, chemistry wise or getting these guys on board and shit like that in AP. But I doubt it. But I just think that's the only way that's going to save him his job, and because they promised him maybe, I know that you're going to have a very limited thing to do with the offense. So, we're going to wait till the offseason to address that. But that's the only way I could see that happening, which is it's not out of the realm, but it's unusual for a coach to, like, because if he was going to come in and try to take this job, he has to be his handprint has to be in everything. You know what I mean? As a head coach, your handprint has to be in everything. So, but
exactly,
that's what I'm saying. But if I wouldn't say it would be out of the realm if that's maybe what was talked about maybe at the beginning, to like give you an adequate fucking offensive coordinator, and then we can see how this goes next year or whatever. But I definitely don't see that. But it's just
I'm seeing the chat game. But it wasn't a rookie quarterback, a interim head coach, and an intern offensive coordinator when we won 2 straight. I didn't hear none of that shit. But now that we lost 3 in a row, we have a rookie quarterback, we have a intern, a rookie coach, and a rookie OC. That's why we're playing. You weren't saying that when we were winning 2 in a row. Now you won't bring that up? Nah. You got to be consistent on what you're saying. Okay, if we know we have a rookie head coach or an intern head coach, we know we have a rookie quarterback, but the nation wanted this dude over the starting quarterback 2 games into the season, right? And then 4 games went by. You got what you wanted against San Diego, didn't get the results that you wanted, so it went down a little bit. Now Garoppolo's still fucked up. Aiden goes in there, goes 2-0. Oh, he's the saint of the Raider Nation. Now that he's fucking up, oh, he's a rookie again. Now he's a rookie again. You got to make up your mind, dude. You got to make up your mind. You can't just go back and forth. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. No, he's a starting quarterback. He's a vet now. He's a vet now in this position, and he's doing rookie shit.
If you can't win this game on Thursday against, I don't even know who the fuck their quarterback's going to be. The guy that played yesterday in relief for fucking Herbert. If we can't win this game on Thursday, bro, it's like there's no fucking reason why. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be hard to pick. It's gonna be hard to pick with this Wednesday game. And our pick'ems, if we would have played, if we would have picked what we really thought was gonna happen, shit, one of us will be. We would have different records, but since we're Raider fans and we love our team so much, we always pick the Raiders, right? Yeah, that's 8 games. That's 8 games that would have went a different way.
It should be like the
we all knew they weren't going to beat Kansas City.
It should be like the announcers that are like calling their own games. Like, we can't pick that game. That's our own game, so we can't pick that game. Let's just not pick that game.
You might as well do that, bro.
Yeah, because it's like that's basically what it is. Because we're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's because then people are gonna talk shit, even though it's like, you know what I mean. But because I've never picked against my team, even though like there's in the back of my mind, I still feel like like there's a good possibility we're gonna lose because, you know, there was those years where we just had nobody. But you know what I mean? You still always had a possibility because you know how they give you that, they sell you that any given Sunday shit. But when we were going 1-15, you know what I mean? That shit was like, yeah, that shit was hard. But I mean, I still never picked against them. But it's still like it's doing a disservice to like it's making you like at the end of your fucking picks, you're like, why did I get so many losses? It's because I picked the Raiders and, you know, we didn't really have a realistic chance. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just, but might as well just be like the announcers. Shit, that's like the game I'm calling. So, nope, we're not picking that. Easton Stick versus 04. That's his name, Easton Stick. Oh my god.
Who?
That's the guy that's gonna fucking play against us.
Watch out.
Watch out. He's gonna have a fucking
better get him on your fantasy league.
I think our defense that on that Chicago game, I think it was the McDaniels effect where they were trying to like, it looked like they were just playing with the no intensity, no energy or whatever. So I think our defense will keep us in this game to where Easton Stick won't have a good game like what's his name, Bajan did, but it's all on this dude, the other guy, A04, what he does. Fuck what the other thing is, it's what A04 does, because if he don't do shit, you're still going to probably lose, dog.
If it wasn't a Thursday game, bro, I would see, you know what, it doesn't even matter if it was a Thursday game. Garoppolo should play. To me.
Yeah. Look,
no matter how much he fucked up. No matter how much he fucks up.
Hey, I think I seen Aiden get hurt yesterday. Dog. I think they could hold him out. You know, I think he's just say that shit. Just be like, Aiden had a little shoulder problem. We're gonna keep him out for a game, and they fucking
he has a hernia.
He does good.
He got a hernia.
You keep playing him.
You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Do what you did with Jimmy when Jimmy struggled the first 3 games. Nobody saw him get a real concussion, but after the game, he's in concussion protocol. Just say he's in concussion protocol like you did to Jimmy after the game. Just have him miss a game.
He's fucking punch drunk already. He got sacked too many fucking times.
Yeah, it's like just like what happened against what's his name? Remember fucking with Jimmy? When he got hit so many times, and then they fucking had
you can still save the season and end on a good note, no matter if you're keeping Jimmy or not. The spark of A04 is not there no more,
and that's what gives you an opportunity for not A04 going forward, or maybe not that, but that gives you the best chance for, I think, AP of keeping that job, because that shows the coach, I mean, to the owner upstairs, like, like, you know what? I made a mistake. I did what, but I'm rectifying, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to save the season. I'm gonna do anything to
Make
try
a
to save.
decision. Yeah,
Make a
make
decision.
a
That's what they
decision.
want.
You could have
And
did
I
it in the
think
middle of the game. You could have did it in
exactly.
the middle of the game, like Minnesota did. This dude Dobbs was kicking the NFL in the ass. You know, everybody was down on him. Got traded mid-season, came to Minnesota, started doing shit. Dude wasn't playing well. Dude wasn't scoring. In the middle of all this success he was having, said, "Shit, I'll put in fucking Mullins. I don't give a fuck what you've been doing. You ain't doing nothing right now." But we've been dealing with this shit for 3 games already of Aiden not doing shit. And we keep going back to him. It's like we get comfortable with losing. Nah, you put another dude in there. I don't give a fuck who it is. Put fucking Myers in there. He's an emergency quarterback. Check his arm out. You know, that's a joke, but shit, you know, you never know. Something to. It's uninspired. 0 points is uninspired offense, bro. It has to be. There's no excuse about it.
I think AP Webb. I think he didn't. I think I wouldn't blame that with that 4th and 1 that we punted yesterday on. I wouldn't blame it on that one because at that point we had went for it twice. You know what I mean? And then literally got fucking stopped on the next 2 on the a very 3 and out the very next time. And at that moment, James had just came out of the game, and Jacobs had just called himself out of the game. So you were probably going to run that ball. You're probably going to have to run that ball with Zamir White. You know what I mean? Which I have no confidence in. So that's why I think he punted it on that one, or else he probably would have went for it on that one if he would have had at least Jacobs available. But that 4th and 1 he already had gotten 2 ones, but they couldn't do shit with him. I mean, they had gotten 2 first downs, a 4th down, where it was like cool. The game started off cool. He's like, okay, he fucking he learned from his shit last week. You know what I mean? Not going for it on 4th and 1 against the Chiefs. He went for it twice. You know what I mean? And one was iffy because it was on their side of the field, but they still went for it. He had confidence in Jacobs and showed it. But that other one, I just thought that one was that one probably would have been a backbreaker earlier, like because I think they would have got probably stopped on that one because Samir wasn't going anywhere, and
it didn't matter. Gabe, we didn't get any points. We didn't get any points. If you go for a 4th down, you got to get points, bro. You don't go for it on 4th down and then go 3 and out and then punt. That's worthless. That's you just got 3 more downs, okay, but you didn't do shit. Yep. You pin them back in the punt, but you got to try. It looked like Carlson would have made a difference in the game. You know, that's such a touchy subject. That's why I don't really get on it that much. But there's times where you have to, a 4th down, you have to go for it because you want to show, you know, you're aggressive. During those 4th downs, it wasn't being aggressive. It was just, we got to do something. Yeah. You know, we have to do something. It's not
I got to show that I'm not scared. And he did it, right? And he did it twice. But they were literally.
We didn't get nothing for it.
Every next plays were like nothing, or it was a penalty. Like we got, I think we did on one of the 4th downs, we did move it up to like the 40, but then we got sacked, and then or we got a holding, then a sack. So we got out of field goal range.
Oh, we were at the 11-yard line, bro. We were at the 11-yard line, and then we fucking fumbled the ball.
No, and we were at the 4-yard line. Remember, we were about to run the ball. We were about to get the ball to the Jacobs had ran the ball, and he was about to get to like the 3-yard line, and they called the penalty, which got him back to the 11 or the 11 or 13, which that's when they threw that play to fucking to Renfro, and he fucking fumbled the ball. But that penalty, you know, caused them to like go away from what they were trying to do. You know what I mean? Because I think at that point you're 2nd down from the 3. You run the ball one more time. You see if Jacobs can get the ball in from there, and if not, then maybe you go for it on 3rd down. You know what I mean? You stack the line, and then you try to go maybe a little rollout type shit to Mayer or something, or you go a fade to Devontae on 3rd down. But that penalty fucked shit up again too. The timely penalties mess it up, and then you get a big fucking turnover. It's just the situation. Yes, the situation of football yesterday was horrible. The fucking at times when we were just the times when we actually could have got points on the board, we shot ourselves in the foot with penalties or turnovers or drop balls or drop passes, and then like it is just like, and then the rest of the game, Aiden just sucked. But the times where he actually did something, you weren't helping him out. So it was just like nothing could work at the same time. It was either Aiden sucked or the team's not helping him out when he was actually making, when he's actually doing something at the times. Yeah.
Now this isn't all Aiden's fault, but we fumbled the ball. We did get penalties. Taking care of the ball is so important. I don't know how people feel about that. Man.
Aiden did play like shit because all of that said still too, he still had a chance to win the game at the end. At the very end, he had a chance to rectify all of that. First play, he throws it into double coverage with a guy on top, with a guy over the guy and the guy under the guy. What are you seeing?
How many times has he done that?
Your guys are in black, those guys are in white. How do you not see that shit?
I love FaceTime video.
White and purple. You can't see that shit. You had your eyes on him the whole fucking time. So it's not like it's not like you fucking went from one read to another and just threw it and oh shit, guys were there. No, you fucking you kept your eyes on him, which made it easier for them to know that you were going there. And then there was double team and you still threw it.
Tried to force it in there. And then critique. And, I think critique. I think Aiden has had enough experience already, and he ain't getting better. So I know what you mean to be counterproductive, but is this what you want, bro? Is it? I know you ain't happy with this critique. I know you're not, and it's no one else's fault, but our situation that we're in, and you can't expect greatness from the situation that we're in right now. But he's doing the same things over and over and again. If you're happy with that, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. But I have your opinion. I think it'd be the wrong thing to do.
That's why I'm saying his job is going to be a backup, because I still have a good feeling he could develop his arm. He could develop his arm to be a good, decent, NFL, caliber arm. His feet are not what this NFL needs right now, bro. So that's why he could be a good backup to come in, a game or two to switch shit up from your regular offense. You know what I mean? When you're, say a guy if you get a dynamic type of quarterback, he could kind of switch it up to where teams can't really game plan for that because they're game planning for another dude, right? So he could be a good backup, but as far as him being the future, I just have seen enough out of him, bro. I know it's only 5 games. I still think he could have a good arm, but his legs ain't never gonna get good enough. I'm sorry, he's 26 years old. He's never gonna get good enough with his legs or his feet.
He might try to run around a little bit and then get hurt and then stop again or something. He just doesn't. That's something he doesn't do. And he's a perfect quarterback for that offense that McDaniels had. Look at Brady. Brady didn't move around a lot. He's no Brady, but the pocket quarterback, get the ball out fast is what he's doing. Now they're changing that. That's the reason. That's why I hold back on Aiden a lot. But it's not totally his fault that he doesn't grasp this system that's changing. Next year he's not going to see this.
And it's not even bad to be a backup, bro, because you can be called on some great moments. Who knows? He can still have some great moments, dog, because in this day and age, you see how many players go down every fucking week. Every week a player is going down, dog. How many top quarterbacks have went down? You know what I mean? This year by itself. So it's like Aiden's still going to play a big part. A backup quarterback role is still a big part in this NFL, which I think he could develop into a good one, actually. You know what I mean? But as far as being the franchise guy, that's not a franchise guy. And if you can't see that already, I think, I know it's only 5 games, but That's not a franchise guy, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been saying that.
Like
Gabe was Gabe was the other way. You was real hype about.
Yeah, because
You was
at
real
first
hype on AJ.
you could see kind of like the throws he was making and shit like that. Okay, maybe this could work. They're playing. He's has some room for he has maybe a ceiling, but when you see him go like that a little bit, and then you start going down, you want to see that curve keep going up, even if it's a little bit. But you don't want to see him keep making like going over the same mistakes. You know what I mean? You don't want to see the same type of movements in like you're not being more aware in the pocket. You're just you're not going to your check down enough when that's the guy that you should be looking at most, but you get locked onto a guy, and when it's like that, you hold on to the ball and you just take a sack. So it's just I don't know, bro. Like I feel Aiden. I like the way he started and everything now, but it's just he could be a great. I think he could be a great backup. You know what I mean? I think he could be a great backup. It's just at this point, with what I was saying last week and shit like that. His feet are not gonna get him. His feet are not gonna get him to this day and age quarterback. I'm sorry, like, and he just has no lateral movement at all. Like I think somebody said that. I think he ran like a 4.7 40 or something like that. That doesn't show on the field, and that's not. And that's straight line speed, and he can never get in a straight line. That dude, he looks just like a fucking. I think somebody said it looks like a little baby deer. You know what I mean?
No,
so
not,
it's like
not 4.37 speed, bro.
I heard that on the fucking show. Oh, who said they run? Oh yeah, 4.3. Yeah. I run a 4.2, dog.
Anyways,
I run a 4.21. I'm gonna race Tyreek Hill next week.
I never thought I would be saying put Jimmy Garoppolo in, bro. I never thought I would be saying that.
Yeah, me neither, dog. But like, it's just like at this point, if I wouldn't start him. I don't think I would even start him. But in this game, bro, like we haven't scored in 6 quarters. If you start off like that, there should be no fucking reason why you go away from him, because obviously he's going through some fucking struggleness some block right now, some rookie just roadblock or something. I don't know what he's going through right now, but it's obvious that Aiden is going through a fucking roadblock right now to where you need to make that decision as a coach if you plan on having any chance in hell of being even now not getting the job, even being considered for the job. So I think you have to make that decision if you got to be willing to make that decision in the game, this next game, if that happens, bro. So because he's been a fucking professional, dog. Jimmy's been sitting back there, hasn't said a fucking thing, and at this point, like, Aiden hasn't done any better, dog. So we gotta see what the fuck is what AP is going to, what kind of decisions AP is going to make this Thursday, dog. Because after that type of loss, I have a feeling decisions should be made anyway after a loss like that. Something has to be shaken up. Something has to be shaken up. 3 losses in a row. You come off a bye and you lose like that. Something has to be shaken up after you lose like that.
So what's Catch Lord saying? Fuck Aiden or fuck Jimmy? What's he saying now? Hashtag what?
Fuck both of them. I'm just saying, like, at this point, you gotta fucking. Aiden is just like right now. He's going through a wall right now, so you gotta go somewhere. Fuck even shit, no. You gotta go something.
I'm there, Catch Lord. I didn't get fired for it. I took a vacation, bro. I'm there. I was there today. I'll be there this afternoon.
But yeah, shit. That's basically what those are the most things I see from yesterday, and like those are the things that I want to see for like the rest of this week. We got a short fucking week, dog. It's already Monday right now. I mean, they only got 2 days of practice this week. You know what I mean? Tuesday and Wednesday, and you know what I mean. That's it, bro. And then it's game time again. They got to suit up again. We got guys hurting, so who knows what guys are gonna suit up and shit like that. So, yeah,
well,
man.
we know extra time. We know if they got extra time doesn't mean shit for them. Let's see if limited amount of time is gonna do something for them. Because you got 2 weeks to score 0 points. Come on now.
Yeah, six straight quarters. Pyro in the building. Raider Nation Jason, what's cracking, man? Willie Wayne, Jaw Raider, SoCal. Good to see you guys in the building, man. Good to see you guys in the building. Cash Lord.
I don't think it matters, bro. I don't think it matters if it's a Thursday game or not because probably Jimmy knows what's up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying greatness. Believe you me, I'm not saying greatness is gonna happen or anything like that, but you know, maybe a change could do something. You know, where you don't have to worry about, okay, we're gonna throw you in Thursday, and then it won't be an excuse. Oh, it's a short week or something like that. Yeah. But you know, it's something that I'm not expecting on a Thursday game. But hey, if it happens, Jen, I'll be a little bit excited because you know he is. You know, Garoppolo had done things, but nothing for us. But it can't get no worse than what Aiden's doing. He was the same way, but you know, just something different than the same shit. And it just got worse, Gabe. It just got worse at this point, bro.
I think at this point you can just salvage a little bit of his confidence, dog, and just say, you know what, kid, we're gonna give you an off season to try to get ready for. You know what I mean? That we kind of like forced you in there, which kind of by everybody. You know, I was one of them. But at this point, you can kind of try to salvage, or it could get worse, and you could really crush his confidence right now. You know, kind of make it. Because if he keeps going through games like this, dog, he's going to be questioning himself if he's going to be a starting quarterback ever. You know what I mean? So
he probably is right now.
Yeah. So I think at this point, if you want to salvage anything, I think you can probably go that way. But I think they're going to start with Aiden probably this week. I think but if he starts off like that, you gotta make that move, dog. You gotta make that move quick too. If first, I'm not talking about even halftime. If he looks like that in the first fucking quarter, make that fucking move. You know what I mean? Because I can't. I don't want to fucking see that shit, dog. Like that shit was embarrassing yesterday, dog, and it fucking made a lot of people look bad, bro. You're like, shit, it made Raider Paul look good. You know what I mean? And shit, because he's been saying it now, and season's been over, and it's just that's what I mean. At this point,
we could salvage a winning season. You know what I mean? It was game over. Game over. You know, 7 wins, 8 wins.
Not if he doesn't make a decision, though. Not if he makes a couple of decisions.
We just go through the motions and say, "Oh, I'm here. All right, I'm gonna do this and that." And then they said he had 3 coaches coming in guiding him. He had Coughlin come in, and who else? There's a couple other coaches come in here and show him the ropes. And you know, 5 games into it, you're barely doing that shit. You'd have called him fucking week 1. What do I do? So obviously he needs help doing his job. So he ain't ready for it.
And there's gonna be a lot of fucking things, like a lot of people looking in a bunch of different areas now, dog. You know what I mean? Like a guy that's going to have a big fucking thing too, and nobody's talking about is Dan Quinn, dog. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to trying to go get Dan Quinn. You know what I mean? As a head coach, that dude's fucking working wonders with that defensive fucking in Dallas. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a lot. That's why I'm saying there's gonna be a lot of candidates that are going to be arising, dog. You know, soon, like in these next couple of weeks, especially when teams are pulling themselves away. You know what I mean? In these races, And then especially if these teams get to like the NFC Championship, like Steve Wilkes from the fucking, you know what I mean, from the 49ers, their defensive coordinator that stepped up, you know what I mean? He's going to get a lot of looks too now, you know what I mean? Because all these winning teams that are winning NFC Championship, going back to NFC Championship, and they've been part of that organization, they already know like winning ways, and you know, stepped in and did excellent jobs or propelled their teams. You're gonna see those guys get opportunities, dog. So I could see a Dan Quinn, I could see a Steve Wilkes, I could see I forgot what his name is. I don't know if that is his name, but the guy from the 49ers defensive coordinator. And then like there's just a bunch of guys, dog, that are going to rise in this crop of coaches once it's all said and done. So I think there's gonna be a lot of competition, but that's why it's gonna be nearly impossible now after suffering a loss like that for AP to possibly keep his job. I think he's going to have to run the table, and this offense is going to have to look night and day from what it's looked like the last 3 weeks. But this whole year, it's going to have to look night and day from, you know what I mean? Because if not, you ain't keeping this job. That's why I'm saying it's damn near impossible, dog. Like you have to go on a 4-game winning streak, and this offense has to look a halfway decent to at least. Yesterday looked like shit.
I think I don't think he's gonna get. I was hoping. I was, pulling for the dude, but nah, I don't think so, bro. I think the new way.
I like AP, so my wish would be to like for him to pull off that miracle, but it's gonna be hard after a loss like that. I gotta call it out and see it, man. You know what I mean? And as much as I like the guy, I like the what he's done in a little short period of time there, and like the culture, and it's that could still be good because he had to forget about McDaniels quick, so that's already good. You know what I mean? So that was already a good part that he did, and I'll commend him for that because he's gonna have these guys already ready to start a new page once that new coach does come in anyway. You know what I mean? They're not lingering from McDaniel still. You know what I mean? They already got that out of their system. You know what I mean? So that I'll commend them on that regardless. But I mean, I do wish that he can pull off that miracle, but I don't think that's not gonna happen. Like I'm sorry, fucking it's not gonna happen. But hopefully, he does get a good look to to go somewhere and get a coordinator job or something, or another fucking position coach and continue his coaching career. You know what I mean? But shit, who knows? Maybe a fucking assistant to whoever, a defensive assistant to whoever fucking sticks around here. You know what I mean? Whoever fucking sticks around here, never know. But I just I don't think the head coaching job after a loss like that yesterday, I think it kind of like slipped through his hands.
It definitely didn't help him.
He could have done himself wonders yesterday, dog. Because if they could have went out there and won, this team would have been literally 1 game behind the fucking. It would have been a totally different story, dog. It would have been 1 game behind the wild card, 2 games behind fucking KC with playing KC still one more time, dog. And it's just like that game could have fucking propelled this team, to a lot, dog. But you could see that game was that big for both teams. Now we're 5-8. 3 games.
Now we're just letting Denver get right back into it. All of us are just letting Denver, because Denver just keeps winning.
You could have been in the driver's seat almost for a fucking playoff spot, because 2 teams that are fighting right there with you, you had to play them. You know what I mean? In the Colts and the fucking and the Colts and the Broncos, and then the Chargers just got a devastating fucking blow to their team with Herbert, being out for the season. So it's like, bro, that win that loss yesterday was bigger than a lot of people even fucking realize it. Like at this point, once you put all of that shit together, how we would have literally been in the 9th spot if it wouldn't if we would have literally with teams like Pittsburgh can't score, so they were going to probably drop. Teams like right now the Jags are struggling. You have the just teams that are right there, and then teams that you have to play to probably propel you into that spot anyway. And it's just yesterday was a letdown, big time, bro. Big time fucking letdown. But it's better
And
now
they
than
knew
at
it.
the end of the season.
They knew they had to win that game. Bo knew that he had to win that game. AP knew how to win that game. You could have made changes all over the field that last night, yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, one of the thing is that you get all that stupid. You think they're gonna play good. You have ex-coaches, ex-Super Bowl coaches sitting in with you at your fucking meetings and all this shit throughout the week. And this is the type of shit. This is the type of shit you put. There's a product you put on the fucking field.
It's a waste of time. I wasted my time telling this dude, and he didn't even do it.
Ira, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't fucking lying. A win this Thursday only probably gonna further piss me off, dog. I mean, I want to win every game, but fuck, bro. Like, if we win this game, it's like, fuck, bro. Like, we could have been in first place probably right now. We've probably been like, if we win on Thursday,
you scored 28 points this game. Well, we scored 28 points this game, bro. That'd be fucked up.
It's going to be.
What's happening?
I just got a report that the Raiders have the 11th ranked defense in the nation. The 11th ranked defense, and they have the top 10 scoring defense at 9th. Bro, their defense. That's why I was saying, with whatever, like that's why I brought up that question yesterday, Gravy. Like, if you do freaking a new coach, this is one of the best defenses you've seen in years for the Raiders, with a lot of young guys too. Like a lot of young guys that are all over this defense. You know what I mean? So, do you let Grams? Do you make that part of You're kind of like you're when you do bring in a new guy, like you can have whatever you want. You could have a fucking GM, you could have your own offensive coordinator, but the defensive coordinator stays. I've seen it done before, on some teams. But because I mean, if you can build off of that, if you give him a couple more pieces and build off of already what they've kind of grown into, I think this defense could be a top 10 defense moving forward. You know what I mean? But if you have to start all over, I think it could still turn into a top 10 defense, but I think it's going to still take some time because you're going to have to catch on to the scheme, and we're going to have to see if some of the players we have on our field fit those type of schemes. You know what I mean? Because if they do change a whole type of, like, if they do change, a different coordinator, does that, like you see the struggles that kind of Morig had when he first switched over to this type of scheme from the first game. You know what I mean? So now he's getting it, but just that transition time. You know what I mean? The transition time to where, you know what I mean? That's why I kind of like I like Patrick Graham right now, especially what he's done since when what's his name has been let go, McDipshit. You know what I mean? But especially because the first press conference after that was like, they were gonna let the gloves off, and he has, you know what I mean? He's kind of proved me, you know what I mean? Because I was one of that question that, like, okay, like, you haven't been showing it, but like, how much does he really have to say? So, but now I kind of seen it, you know what I mean? These last games, he's actually every game he's been consistent, you know what I mean? In his play, like Aiden had a game or two where he oh shit, you've seen a little bit, but he's just been more inconsistent than consistent at this point now, you know what I mean? And you've seen the defense just getting better and better while he's been here, just other than the fucking that stretch where Kansas City went on that little run. But I think that was attributed to the offense, how bad it was in that time span too, where you were getting nothing but 3 and outs, giving the ball back to a team that knows you so good in the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? So I still think the defense, kind of played bad in that game, but it did had a fucking direct correlation to because of how the offense played.
Jack Hanna, who's PG? Who's that?
Graham.
I don't know who PG is.
Patrick Graham.
Nah. He's
PG,
not.
I think it's
He's
Patrick
not.
Graham.
He's doing good to what he's doing right now. I don't know if the next head coach, if there is one, is gonna like his scheme or like what he's doing.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I wouldn't. See, that's the thing too. Like, because if you bring him into head coaching, like, then does his mind get? Because you know, a head coach is going to have to put his imprint on everything. You know what I mean? And right now he's getting comfortable. He said he loves being up there. When do you ever see a head coach from up top? You know what I mean? Let him stay up top. If you're gonna keep him, let him stay up top as a head coach up there where he's comfortable, drinking his Coke. You know what I mean? And having them playing good. Because if you bring him in as a head coach, I just think there's some guys that are meant to be coordinators. I think Patrick Graham, you leave him at that position, man, and you give him confidence now that you know he's gonna be the. Because if you change regimes and you keep him as a defensive coordinator, that means you have the confidence in him. You know that he's changed his defense, and you're giving him the keys basically, right? But not as a head coach. You have to bring in a proven guy, I think, because at this point we gotta hit it right, bro. We can't guess what because that's a big risk. You know what I mean? With taking a guy on that doesn't really have too much head coaching experience or any proven head coaching experience anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like we got to get somebody proven. I think
They want
proven and ready.
Garbers in there. They want Garbers in there. Gabbers, whatever fucking name.
Garbers,
You guys just must want to. You guys must want to suck. All right, I get it.
Nah, I mean if
you can't get
if
no
Aiden,
worse than 0 points, dude. But you can get negative yards too.
If Aiden took Garber's spot that quick in the preseason, and Hoyer and fucking Jimmy took their spot that quick in the preseason, he must be even worse. So we gotta we gotta stop looking down for the solution. We gotta put our mind now into fucking I think we have to go all in this draft, bro. Like that's the only way we're gonna get better. No fucking Fields, no possible Kirk Cousins, no this or that. No, we gotta go all in, I think, and try to get the guy that we want, dog, in this upcoming draft. And if it's Jaden Daniel, if it's Drake May, if it's Caleb fucking Williams, if it's Penix, if it's all of these guys, any one of these fucking guys that are believed to be studs, you got to go in there and get them. You got to go out there and get them, bro. And that's what I think is gonna come down to. Like we can't keep looking down for our solution. And I know it's just fun and games and shit like that, but it's just like fucking like some people do believe that shit. Like fuck, man, might as well just put this guy in. He can't do any worse, but trust me, it could probably get worse. He could probably throw 5 interceptions. We could lose 40 to nothing. You know what I mean? Instead of 3 to nothing. So it's just, oh man, it's crazy.
At least we got the defense. At least we got a defense that could say we held them to 3. You know, it wasn't 20-0 or shit like that. It was just sad to watch. Boring ass game. I was hyped because we came off a bye and this is what I got. I didn't like it.
Yeah, that sucks. And the only good thing about this is that at least we get to watch Raider football again this Thursday, which that might not be that such a good thing because we might look just as bad, but at least we get to get that game out of our systems that quick. You know what I mean? Even though as much as that shit hurt, we get to get that shit out of our system. And but like Pyro said earlier, dog, it's gonna hurt if we fucking. I mean, I'm still gonna celebrate it if we win because it is the Chargers, and every time we're beating the Chargers is good. But it's gonna hurt inside because like just the knowing of, you know, the knowing of fucking what Sunday could have been if fucking that's Crazy.
That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Poor dude. I had expectations for him too, but in the long run, not right now.
Yeah.
I'm
still going to that Bronco game. Still gonna go to that Bronco game. Probably cheaper now. It's probably gonna come out cheaper now, but fuck it. Still going
watch
to
him
that
go on
Bronco
a
game.
win streak. Watch him go on a win streak with Garoppolo or Garbers or Hoyer, whoever the fuck it is, and then the tickets
or Aiden. You never know. Maybe something might snap in his ass. Maybe he might break through that wall that he's hitting right now. But
he had something harder than a wall, Gabe.
Hard. Yeah, it looked like he fucking went head on with the fucking wall at 60.
Yeah. Well, he didn't run into it. He must have got thrown into it because he don't run.
Taking the
he got thrown. He ain't running he ain't running through no walls for anybody.
Tickets dropping as we speak. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna wait till fucking probably Wednesday. Probably when they'll be at the cheapest. Before they play the Chargers, because they do have a chance of winning that game. So if they do win that game, they go back up. If we lose that game, they go even lower. But if we win, they go back up. So it's like you take a risk. So take a risk and fucking wait and see if we lose this game or we win this game, they go up.
We should go. That's the last game of the season. We should just say fuck this season and let's go next season. Like we've been doing for the last 20 years. Don't you think?
Huh?
I'm supposed to go to that too, Pyro. I might meet you over there. If Lo gets my ticket, Lo be making money on these shows. Lo be making money on these shows, bro. See, he thinks he can just come and go like he wants to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough. Hopefully we can finish off the season strong. But man, at this point, after this, you gotta go by what you said last seen, right? That's what we are, man. We gotta go off what we last seen, kind of. And whew, that was a tough one, though. And after that one, you don't know what game you could win. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough. But shit, we've been on for an hour and 30. Shit, I'm gonna still take another rib.
I thought this was at 11. I thought it was at 10. I thought it was at 10:20, Gabe. We don't have a 20 involved in this one.
Oh shit. I forgot. Yesterday I just said 11 o'clock, so I said fuck it. That's what time I fucking scheduled it for.
But you had it at 10:20 before, right?
I did, but then I was like, oh shit, I said 11. I forgot I said 11.
Oh.
I was talking about it last night. I was like, oh shit, forgot I said 11.
I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did it at 11.
Yeah, because I was like, cause that's what time we said yesterday. After the show yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, we'll do it at 11. But yep.
Dirty Lowe's at Hollywood right now. He's Hollywood right now, North Carolina.
Hollywood.
He getting it. He's looking at his star on the wall of chain.
Nah, but fucking shit. On other news, dog, other sports news, shit. The Lakers won the fucking in-season tournament.
No one gives a fuck about that. No one gives a shit about that, bro.
That's crazy. And the fucking Dodgers got Ohtani.
I don't watch baseball.
You don't watch baseball? Oh, okay. Yeah, but that was just other sports news, you know what I mean? But Raiders, dog, man, we gotta fucking start being in the fucking news like that, dog. We gotta start going in the news for like, hey, this offseason. Yeah, we were, last offseason we were when we got DA and shit like that, and but I think this next offseason now we gotta make some moves to what we're gonna have the money. We gotta go out and try to get some of these. I think the defense is good enough because it's moved into the top 10 without having a defensive tackle. I mean, I think we have some guys that are young that can still maybe develop into some, but getting a guy
smash
that
the
could be
Lakers.
getting a guy like a top end guy like that though, a top end defensive tackle to help out those young guys will be fucking crazy, bro. Because then your offense could jump into like a top 5. You know what I mean? Especially with another year of development of these young guys, and then the rest of the money let's help the offensive line.
You see Carter last night.
Jalen?
You see Carter last night scoring that touchdown?
Big motherfucker. He's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter's good,
And
man.
we're getting all fucking happy because our guy gets 3 tackles and 1 sack.
No, he had 2 tackles for loss.
Finally, fucking 14 games in the season. Finally.
That was good though. I like seeing that shit though, because I mean Jalen Carter's,
Too late.
you know, for sure he's gonna be the defensive rookie of the year, and we could have had him, so there's no excuse. But at least he's looking like he's gonna could possibly do that. Because if he has games like that, the thing is, like, when you can see a player do that, now it's trying to getting him to do that more consistently. You know, the first thing is actually seeing it. Okay, he can do it. Okay, yesterday you seen he actually can do it. He can get to the quarterback. He can make a good play on a screenplay. He can, you know, read that shit, and that's what I want to see now. Can you put games together like that? Can you put 2 or 3 games together, and then after that, can you put a fucking half a season, and then that turns into a whole season, and then, you know what I mean, that's where we eventually want to get to, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later. But at least yesterday you got to see him make some plays to where you're like, okay, that's what we want to see. But now it's consistency. Let's get that shit on an every play basis. You know what I mean?
Cash Lord, he picked it up and ran into the end zone. What defensive tackle does that? What, he didn't get smashed or anything. He's stiff arming fools out the way. And everybody's excited. Yeah, Tyreek can play defensive. Why didn't we get a legit defensive tackle then? Why they gotta move Tyreek?
He's gonna play.
They played Tyree as outside a little bit with his hand down. So that would legitimate be in a 3-4. It would be a defensive tackle. But if why not get? You know, this is a worn out subject, but it's just, why not get a legit, you know, defensive rookie of the year tackle if you got to do switching guys, you know? I don't know.
No, he's very good. He's very good. Jalen Carter is very good, and we missed out on that. But my thing is, like, I just don't want to be caught in saying as he might be the best, but I just don't want to bust. Jalen Carter might be the best pick from that draft, and we might have missed out for damn sure, but I just don't want Tyree to be a bust, and seeing that is encouraging yesterday. You know what I mean? So, because there's a lot of busts. There's going to be a lot of busts from last year in the first round. You know what I mean? You're going to get some guys that are going to be bust. You know what I mean? That happens in every draft. I just don't want Tyree to be that bust. You know what I mean? I just want him to be. Yesterday was kind of encouraging. That's all I'm saying. Like, of course he's not Jalen Carter, but you know what I mean? It's just, I just don't want. That's the one thing I want to avoid at all costs, because we can't keep adding to that list of, oh shit, another first round, they're not on the team anymore. You know what I mean? Like, shit. If Jalen Carter's getting
depending on who this coach is, Gabe, I don't even want a fucking first round pick, to be honest with you. We fucked up so many times on first round picks. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my main thing with Jalen, with Tyree. Like, and that's what excited me. That's why I'm saying that's what kind of made me happy yesterday, you know, kind of seeing that out of him, because okay, there's actual something there. Like, with other guys that we chose in the first round or shit like that, you would never even seen a flash. to be honest. You never even seen a fucking flash. You know what I mean? Like there was some guys who were solid here and there, but never just like you never seen that flash. And like that's what I want to see out of Tyree. Now he's bringing it on a consistent basis, and hopefully he can develop that game, bro. And he has somebody. And the good thing is that he has I think the best guy to learn from on the other side. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is going to be his best attribute. Like he has the best teacher. I think Max ain't afraid to go out there and put him under his wing, and especially after this offseason where he's gonna have a hopefully, let me knock on wood before, if anything, because there's still 4 games. Hopefully, a actual all season healthy. You know what I mean? He basically came in a week into training camp when he finally got cleared to start practicing.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Why did we draft a dude? Like Raider P said, he gets a mulligan for what? Fuck that. Why'd you draft a guy? Why you drafting a guy that needs a mulligan? You know what I mean? He should make an impact from the get-go.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if long as if he don't get hurt the rest of the season, and he plays like the way he played yesterday for the rest of the season,
yeah.
And I'm going to be real excited because then you got a whole off season to work with Max. You finished this last season off good. You know what I mean? And now you're going to be healthy. Now let's see what you could really become. If you could get a good defensive tackle in here to help both those guys out, him and Max, you could bring in a guy, and especially with the young guys who have kind of, been here and there. You know what I mean? Like you'll have one guy have a good game here, there, then another guy have a good game. You know what I mean? There's games where Adam Butler will have a good game. There's another game where Nichols had a good game. Another game where Jenkins had a good game. But now if we could bring in a guy who's just solid, consistently in the middle, you know what I mean? And then you got a guy playing next to him who could, you could play the guy with a hot hand. Then you got a real good defensive of rotation. You know what I mean? Up there. So that's why, to me, the most important thing is to, with the money that we'll have in this offseason, go out like with that. Those are my key positions probably to fill. Like quarterback is number 1 as of right now. I think defensive tackle, to get that defense. If you get a solid, dominant defensive tackle to come in here, which, like you said, like we wouldn't need to be looking for that if we would have just got Jalen Carter. But now, moving forward though, if we could bring in a guy like that with in free agency, a proven guy that could come in here and help, I think that could literally jump up the defense. Well, depending on if we keep Graham or not, but that could probably propel the defense. If we're already 9th and 10th in scoring and overall defense, that could propel our defense into maybe, who knows, top 5. And then after that, because that's not many holes, if you can fill those holes, I think then you can start going into the offensive line. And that's the most important thing, offensive line and the quarterback through the draft. But that's the way I think my feelings, like I want to go get a quarterback in the draft. That's my number 1.
Where you, Cash Lord saying, what do you think about Justin Fields?
I just don't want to get a quarterback in free agency because it's just he's going to end up costing your team too much of their salary cap. You know what I mean? Because as like, look at Justin Fields, has slowly but surely crept the fucking Chicago Bears back in they were yesterday on the screen as in the hunt for the playoffs at 5-8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now Fields, if Fields ends this season any good, which he's been playing pretty good, if he can end this season any good, he's going to demand a lot of money. But that's also saying if Justin Fields is going to end this season off good and get that team into the playoffs and doesn't somehow go into it, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. That wouldn't be a bad thing because Justin Fields, I do think could do good things with this offense. But for me, my preference is going out and getting somebody through the draft because this draft, I think, is that rich in quarterbacks. I like Daniels, May, Penix. Those are that in that order too.
If we go, I'm more going to the free agency route because you don't have to wait. You might have to wait, but
not if we get a CJ Stroud, like
that's a lightning in that's a given in a bottle, bro. You can't.
Hey, but not recently. That was
You
used
didn't
to
know
be
that
like
was
that. I think that's old school like wisdom type shit, like where you like before you damn very very rare for a fucking a rookie quarterback to come in and ball, but now you've seen it out of Burrow, you've seen it out of fucking Purdy, you've seen it out of this year fucking a Stroud, you've seen it out of like multiple quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just it's getting done more and more often now because guys are coming in more ready. You know what I mean? I think guys are coming in more ready just because it's just the technology, like the fucking the strength and conditioning guys are coming from the NFL to the fucking college rankings, and you know the basically like the nutrition system and all of that shit is basically on par with the NFL in college now. So it's like you, especially at these big programs. I mean, these big programs like the LSU's, the Georgias, the Alabamas, you know, like all those programs are fucking humongous ass facilities. You know what I mean? So it's like I just think that they're getting more and more ready nowadays. You know what I mean? The rookies. It's not. Of course, it's still like you're still gonna have to pick the right guy, but I just think there is some right guys in this next draft that are ready to come in and ball next year. I think Jaden is ready to come
in. I like him, but if it takes getting a field, as an option, and then, Purdy has, dude, he has the benefits of the world. Debo's having a phenomenal season. He's uncoverable this year. I don't know.
He's accurate.
I don't know what I don't know what they're jabbing into this guy's arms, but he's uncoverable this year. And then his defense is stepping up. So when they went through their 3-game stretch where they lost, Debo wasn't there. So if you take away Debo from there, and McCaffrey is kind of getting worn down a little bit, which he usually does, and then just to say that this guy has an MVP, I think that dude is just was given gold when a guy like we have, Aiden O'Connell, he's given rocks and he needs to figure out what to do with them. You're Purdy got a great defense, a receiver that's uncoverable, a tight end that running all over the place, a running back, a good offensive line. Yeah, the best tackle in football. You know what I mean? That's just me and you could go out there and probably fucking get voted MVP in a couple of games with all that shit.
I don't know. I kind of said that too. I kind of said that shit too, like at the beginning, but I don't know, man. Purdy's been looking good. He's accurate, and the one thing
you don't got a choice.
He's very deceptive. He's deceptive with the speed too. Like he won't let those defensive ends or anybody like that catch him once he gets on the outside.
He has the best tackles in football.
I know. No, I'm saying though, even when he gets outside of the tackles, and the tackles can't do anything anymore, because when he gets outside of the tackles, it's not the tackle responsibility to try to be in front of the guy because he's outside of the tackles. But even then, like you see him still being able to be mobile, and that's the thing that helps him. If Aiden had his mobility, it'd be night and day better. You know what I mean? But that's what separates it. And I think that, obviously, those weapons help him. But I just think that he's been getting better, and just like that's what I'm saying. Like if we can go out and get with the proven guys in free agency, like on the offensive line, You know what I mean? I think we have the weapons like the 49ers have like on the outside ways. You know what I mean? We have weapons like that, like in DA, in Jacoby, in
I think Tucker's good too. He just needs a shot, bro.
That's what I mean. That's if we could go out there and spend money on the offensive line, you know what I mean? That's going to solidify, and that's what's going to give I think rookie, any of one of those guys that I mentioned on the quarterback side, like those 5 guys that I mentioned, give him a comparable offense to what the Niners have. You know what I mean? As long as you build that offensive line for a guy that's coming in. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that. That's the top of my list is going out and get. If we're gonna get that rookie quarterback, I would stick with probably even not going that defensive tackle route. Maybe developing the guys that we have, even though that has been an Achilles heel for some time. But the defense has been getting better, so I would probably try to use this offseason in improving the offensive line as much as I can, and then bringing in that rookie quarterback to where he's going to have all the protections he needs to get the ball to all of those guys that, you know what I mean, that we've seen been dangerous in this league. You know what I mean? The Jacobs, the Michael Mayer, I think is going to turn into a great tight end. You know what I mean? You got PA, then you got Jacoby. I think Tucker, you're going to have the speed. So it's like that's why I'm saying a rookie quarterback could come in here, I think, and succeed as long as you build that offensive line for him. And that's why I think this is the most important thing in this offseason, other than, of course, getting the right coach in here and shit like that. But the most important thing, I think, is building that offensive line for this rookie quarterback that you're going to bring in. Because he has the weapons.
Jack Hanna, I would fuck, man. Besides Miller, I would do something with all them guys. Tell you the truth.
I like Parham, Miller, the rest of the guys. I think you can get rid of. Parham's still young, maybe but if you could get other proven guys around him, I think he could even get better. I'm not saying he's a world beater. I'm not saying he's like the best guard or whatever, anything like that. But I think if he's still younger to where a lot of his play kind of gets down looked upon too because of the guys that are next to him too. You know what I mean? Other than he kind of looks good sometimes too because Colton's on the side with him, so he does benefit that from that at times. But having Andre
I would even
James
be looking for somebody for Colton. I'll be looking for somebody for Miller too. You have to.
I'm just saying, like, have any continuity. I don't think you could go five new guys and then kind of expect them to kind of get it off that. But like, so that's why I'm saying you keep like a Parham and maybe like you keep Parham and
keep Colton, the guys you drafted. You keep the guys you drafted. Yeah,
you know what I mean, you
keep the guys you drafted.
So like you kind of keep that side a little bit sewed up. So what to say? But then you go out and try to get as many a top end, tackle, top end guard, and fuck it. If you have to stick with James, so be it. But as long as you have two good sides that kind of maybe hide James in the middle, then okay. But it's just you have to build this line better. This line has to get better.
Now, mind you, we're doing a whole different offense next year, so they're gonna be looking. These dudes are gonna be different. We had a pretty solid offensive line when Gruden was there.
Because that's why I think like
it was just a quarterback play. It was just a quarterback play that fucked us up.
That's what we were saying like earlier with Purdy, where you said Purdy, like he has a great offensive line, which is what allows him to get the ball to those weapons. You know what I mean? It's and a good. I mean, but that's again too. You know what I mean? Brock Purdy can, like, that's why I say like he is still a good quarterback, because I wouldn't say great yet, because he still needs to prove it for, I think, the longevity. That's when you start being considered great. Like too many people are quick to hand out great nowadays, but I mean, he's a good quarterback right now because he doesn't hold on to the ball when he needs to. And that's what you can see sometimes, these quarterbacks that have these problems, these rookie walls and stuff like that, is because they're just indecisive in the decision making. And that's what kind of where it most comes in, dog. Like the decision making, because you see sometimes Aiden just hold the ball on too fucking long. You know what I mean? And on those plays, it's not that the offensive line fault. It's just he's holding on the ball too long and not having that confidence in his weapons, because he does have those weapons. So
you can't expect the offensive line to cover to protect you for 5 seconds, bro. Even 4. You can't expect those guys to do that.
But we need a good quarterback back there making those type of decisions, like Stroud has been making this year and stuff like that. That's the most thing we gotta evaluate. I think I see that in Jaden, bro. I see that in the Jaden Daniels. I see that in I even see that in like a Michael Penix, dog. Like, you know what I mean? This couple of games against Oregon this year. I mean, there's still all of that shit to prove. Like even last year when he was playing in fucking in Indiana, dog, and he played against Alabama, he almost put his own team on his back, dog, and beat Alabama almost all by himself. You know what I mean? Michael Penix is a good quarterback. You know what I mean? So he was playing in Indiana.
He's not. The thing I have with Penix is that he's not real fluid, bro. He's kind of robotic to me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I don't. I'm not going to judge the guy, but he's like robotic. Like a little
bit of even throwing motion and everything. He reminds me of the Deshaun Watson.
That's not good.
I mean, other than the massages.
Early Deshaun Watson.
I mean, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Deshaun Watson a little bit, though. I mean, he still has to prove that he can win a national championship, and he has a chance to do it still. But he reminds me a little bit of Deshaun Watson. The throwing motion.
Ozzy tripping again. Get rid of Adams.
See, that's hard, bro. Because I think it's going to be up to him, though. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to Adams. I think the Raiders aren't going to get rid of him because they know that's a big, especially for if they decide to bring in a quarterback.
But he wants to get Evans and Pittman. No, I'm sorry, bro.
Like if you get him, you're gonna have Evans and Pittman, and then like you have another $12 million or something like that. You
have Evans and Pittman with no offensive line, and they're gonna be normal Joe blows, just like Adams is.
No, I just think that you have to keep Adams for the new quarterback, bro.
He's stuck there. He's contractually stuck with the Raiders. He hasn't mentioned that he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unless he asks to get out, then yeah, okay, fuck it. You know what I mean? Then we don't
even have to do that. They don't even have to do that, bro.
You know what I mean? We don't want a disgruntled player here or anything like that. But yeah, but if you don't say anything or anything like that, there's no reason to fucking trade him unless that's going to make probably the difference of us going to get the guy that we want at quarterback. That's the only way I see it happening. But I just don't see it happening if DA don't talk about it, or if that's not one of the reasons, or that's not one of the things that the other team wants, included if we trade up, if we even have to trade up, because there's so many quarterbacks that they might, the guy that we want might just fall into our laps anyway. So I don't know, man. I just don't see us getting rid of DA unless he asks for it.
I wouldn't. I don't care if he asks for it or not. You know how big that cap hit is, dude? Even though he's on another team.
Yeah, I say we're getting
fucked. We're getting fucked.
Unless it,
It's quick.
they give us,
It's easy to say get rid of him, trade him, but look at the cap hit he's gonna have on our team. It's gonna be like fucking Littleton 2 years from now. Still, we're still dealing with that shit. Yeah, but Ozzy, he deserves $42 million, bro. He's a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's better than Evans and he's better than Pittman. You can't go and say restructure. You can't go to a Pro Bowl wide receiver and say restructure your contract. For what? We have a bunch of money coming in. We have picks, and we're just gonna start from plain blank next year. You can add to it.
We got a good wide receiver core though. It's the guy throwing the ball. That's it.
Yeah.
We get a good quarterback in this draft and a good offensive line. I think that's how you fix this offense. That's the type of offense that's kind of around Purdy right now. You know what I mean? So I think that's how you fix this offense. You get a quarterback in the draft, the top end quarterback. You build the offensive line. The defense has shown enough improvement that they could be a top 10 defense. You know what I mean? You go out and try to get, some pieces here and there on the defensive side, but like, you draft some that could probably hit next year, or even some of these young guys. Who knows? Ja'Cory and Bennett, can develop into something or something like that. Right now, I don't see it, but you know what I mean? Who knows? But I just think that it's I'm not getting rid of D8 anytime soon.
Bro, our defense is playing well enough to where Bennett can develop. You know what I mean? Bennett could be on the sideline developing and get his reps in. That's how good our defense is playing with our corners. A good move getting this Jack guy. I was against that because I was so complacent with Peters that they were in hurry up mode, just trying to get him out of there, and they just got anybody. But it looks like that move panned out. So I'm happy for that. But to let Bennett develop and not throw him out there like they were doing is a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're doing with Christopher Smith, letting Epps and Morgan's having a wonderful season.
Yeah.
Morgan had a good game yesterday.
And then Byron Young, Nesta Jade, those guys are kind of being held down, developing. What other guys? Bernie, however you want to say it. Dalton Wagner. We got guys who knows if they're going to be part of the team next year or not, but we still got question marks on them. They're still going to be like new guys coming up, basically, because they got a whole year of develop with pros, pro fucking guys that are with the nutritional shit and the weight room stuff. You know what I mean? Getting ready with other professional bodies. You know what I mean? Basically, guys that are on their strength level and shit like that too. Not when every other week you're playing like a Division II school or something like that, inferior school where you're beating up on teams. Now this every day you're getting that action, so it's like those guys are still gonna come in, and I still think gonna develop even better, like the Byron Youngs, the Nesta Jade, especially them two. That's why we got young guys who kind of have to fill in that role because John Jenkins is older. You know what I mean? Bilal Nichols, I think they only signed him to a 2 or 3 year deal, so he might be on his way out as well. You know what I mean? So that's why I think these young guys are being developed right now. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see what that's why I would try to go free agency. My two biggest things are the trenches, and the fucking interior. The guard, a guard, a fucking defensive tackle, and then for sure a fucking offensive tackle. Those three, if you could get 3 high end at those positions in free agency, your team gets a lot better, bro. And then if you could draft the actual quarterback you need, this team is going to look really good next year, I think, as soon as next year.
with the rookie quarterback.
I think so because I think the offensive line and a more dynamic a quarterback who can buy himself time with learning learning his reads and stuff. Because like a guy like Jaden Daniels can buy himself time like that, like with his legs. Because when he doesn't see it at the beginning of his career, he's going to be able to attribute like his learning time. Like other guys will force it in there because they don't have the legs to do it, like Aiden does. He doesn't have the legs, so he won't be able to pull it down and run. Other guys, like young guys, like Jaden Daniels, like even a Caleb or a Michael Penix, like those type of guys, or just Bo Nix, even though like those guys, when they're you'll see this shit next year a lot, where you'll see them take off. You'll see them. You're gonna be able to see them take off. Like when they might have had a guy open or something like that, but they'll pick up first down with their legs. Yeah, they made a rookie mistake in not finding that read, but they'll be able to make up for it with their legs, which unfortunately the quarterback that we have right now can't. And that's where I think Jaden Daniels can buy himself time to where at the beginning of the season we could win games like that, and then you know what I mean, he could finally get into his groove throwing the ball, which I don't see any. I see him as a better thrower of the ball than coming out of college. Coming out of college, I see him. Lamar Jackson as a better runner, but not too much from what I've seen on film. But like better thrower, pure thrower, I see Jaden Daniels as a better pure thrower.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like, and that's why, and he could run the ball like a motherfucker too. Not to the level as Lamar, but I think he can for sure buy himself some time next year and still succeed. You know what I mean? Early with making mistakes because of his legs.
Catch Lord watch Joe Flacco now. I think Joe Flacco shot his wide, bro. That's it. That's all you're gonna get out of Joe Flacco.
2 games. 2 games.
That's it. He shot his wide. He's sore as fuck right waking up right now. He woke up in a can't walk, but with the hospital. He's 38 years
Raiders,
old.
What did they just sign him now? Sign DJ Fluker? That maybe if they signed him, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised
that's a tackle for Miller, bro.
Colton is not. If Colton's injury is not worse than what we think. It's probably worse than what we think if they sign a tackle, though.
He's a left tackle.
You know, that could be that. That could be meaning that. I mean, they haven't said anything about Miller. We did get a limited practice in on Friday, but it might have not looked good because they kept him out of the game. Because with lingering injuries like that, because he played the game against the Chiefs, had a week off, didn't play the next week. These lingering injuries usually mean surgery. That's why it's lingering. You know what I mean? That's
shoulder surgery.
You know, usually
shoulder surgeries with tackles ain't good, bro.
Usually that's what that means though. Like when your shoulder's fucked up and it doesn't get better in the timetable that they say that it's gonna get better, and then or it does get like a little bit better, and then it just re-aggravates itself and it just keeps popping up. Most likely it's because it's something's fucked up in there already and it needs to be surgically repaired. So hopefully not. I mean, hopefully that's just that. I mean, that is all just speculation, but hopefully not. Hopefully that, but a signing of a tackle this late in the year when Colton Miller's missed these last couple games, it's not a good sign. That's for sure. Not a good sign.
Maybe we can get some touchdowns next year. I mean, next game.
See, I like
as down
I
as as down as
don't mind.
as down as San Diego is. I mean, Chargers are. I just hope.
I don't mind Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is not in my top five. I mean, he's like fifth on my list on the top on those five quarterbacks, which I say the power five quarterbacks right now are to me Jaden first. I would go Caleb. I mean, no, not Caleb. Drake second, and then it's close between Caleb and Penix at third, and then Bo fifth. He rounds out that five, but at this point, the other four guys I would take over him.
You would take him over Caleb.
Who?
Bo Nix.
No, I said Caleb. Caleb and Penix are like 3-4 for me. They're like interchangeable, 3-4, whoever you want to say. But I would say Bo fifth. But Jaden first, Drake second, Caleb or Penix third and fourth. I don't know, like you could say 3A, 3B, and then all the way at 5, I'll put Bo.
Yeah, he could have been the number one pick last year. Around there, you should have went.
It's not a bad thing though. I mean, it's for those five quarterbacks. Even though you're number 5 at those quarterbacks, you could still be somebody's franchise. I mean, it's still like all those 5 quarterbacks could pan out because that's their ceiling. All their ceilings. Everybody on that list is their ceiling is possibly franchise quarterback, right? So any one of those guys can become a franchise quarterback. It's just that's the order that I have them in. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that that's the order I have them in. But they all could become a great quarterback. I just would have, for me, the other guys make just more sense to me.
We need to do what we got to do to get there. I want a quarterback, but we need to do everything we need to do to get that offensive line fixed. Or the quarterback we get ain't gonna mean shit.
Yep.
A good tackles, a good starting guards. Guards might be there late rounds, but the tackles, they're gone.
Like, to be honest, like those 5 quarterbacks, like I said, that's the order I put them in. But I wouldn't, like, if we get any of them, I'm not gonna be mad. Because
we got to see who.
No
coach is.
Who you get, that's what I'm saying. No matter who you get, that the most important thing is who's gonna be their coach. Who's going to get, because a coach can fucking make the best quarterback into the worst. You know what I mean? So it's like, with it's just especially a young one coming out of college. You know what I mean? Because that's the first person that they're going to be coached by in the NFL. He's going to teach them the ropes in the NFL. So it's like, that's why I'm saying that's how I rank them. But I wouldn't be mad on getting any of those if that's the guy we end up getting or whatever. As long as it's one of those guys, one of those 5 guys in that first round. As long as that happens, I'm cool. But it's just that's the order that I put them in.
And Bo Nix, if people are saying Bo Nix is going to be a later rounds, then it's just up to the coach. If that's your guy, then you get the best offensive line you can, the best tackle, and then maybe move up later in the first round and then get your Bo Nix or whatever, that could do that. Because Bo Nix he gonna move around too.
Yeah, because
he runs too.
All of those guys.
We don't have
that's why I like all 5 of them. That's the order I put them in. That's the only. All of them can move. All of them have mobility. It's just basically now it's what's the best decision making now, because that's what what it comes down to. Like, why is it all up here more? Because that's the thing. Like, who's gonna have the more tangibles? Who's gonna have that will to win, dog? You know what I mean? Who wants to play fucking football, bro? For the rest, like, who has that actual love? Because that's what it's really it comes down to, dog. You know what I mean? Because you can be good at football. Some guys just are good. Just some guys just play because they're so damn good at it. But yeah, I would go War Productions. See, you have the same just the first 1 and 2 switch. I have Jaden first, Drake 2. You have Drake 1. I have and Jaden 2. But yeah, that's the same order.
I would rather get a guy that's 21 instead of 25. Maturity.
Ooh,
He just like
Bo
the
Nix,
state,
25.
Vic,
Oh,
Sacramento. I'd rather get a guy that's 25 than played in the NFL longer, played in college longer, started longer than a 21-year-old that had one good year.
Who, Jaden?
Well, Jaden, that's the first I've heard of Jaden. He wasn't.
Well, Jaden was
last year.
on the state. He just didn't have the. He didn't have.
He was
the
with
team
Indiana
around him.
last year.
No, that was Penix.
Either or both. You know, one
Yeah,
good
Jaden
year
was
is you look at
Jaden
Bo
was good
Nix, both.
Jaden was good at Arizona State. Just didn't have the team around him.
But Bo Nix
went to-
had good teams, and he was
Auburn.
successful on all those teams. Yeah,
Well,
it was like this guy was playing. It was like this guy was playing forever. You know what I mean? Bo Nix was playing when I was like in my fucking 30s. I don't know if he has dad or cousin. But I was like, fuck, man. I kept seeing Nix. So when's this guy graduating?
For real.
Because he was at Auburn and then he went to Oregon. And I was like, gee.
You're gonna see fucking college kids start and go to fucking 3-4 colleges now and shit. They be like, damn, dog, you played for 4 fucking colleges in your fucking college career now, huh? And they're gonna be a college fucking gonna be a college career. 14.
Arco, have a good time at the Raider game, brother.
Yes, sir. When do they leave?
Wednesday.
They leave Wednesday. But yeah, man, shit, we've been on here for 2 hours and 13 minutes. Shit, we good. Shit, been a good live.
We said we were gonna get off an hour ago. We started talking about fucking G&G show.
You know what I mean?
G&G minus the load.
But the mature man doesn't always work, bro. Look at Aiden O'Connell. He's 26. Oh shit! Look at Aiden O'Connell compared to CJ Stroud. That shit don't matter, dog. I mean, CJ Stroud's 21 years old. Aiden's 26. So put that logic there. The same logic right there. It's all in the athlete, dog. I don't give a fuck who really fuck. I don't care what their age is. How good are you right now? And
I'm not
gonna talk shit about Bo Nix because I like him too. I like him too. It's they're fucking all 5 of those guys are good to me. You know what I mean? To me, they're all 5 of those guys. I don't agree with some of the things on the chat too, like saying that he's a second rounder. I'll come out saying that I think he's a first rounder too. I just think there's possibility of one of these guys probably dropping to the second round just because he might not be that team's guy. You know what I mean? He might not fall to the team that they want him, and he might not, and then picks behind him might need other needs. So some of these guys might drop or whatever. That doesn't mean that any one of these 5 guys to me cannot change the fucking franchise. So that's why I'm saying whoever we pick out of those 5 guys, I wouldn't be upset. But my order of how happy I would probably be is if the way I listed it. You know what I mean? I'll be most probably happy if we get Jaden, but you know what I mean? I'm still gonna be happy if we get Bo.
But look at if you want to get into it really good, is look at CJ Stroud now. When he doesn't have Dale, he doesn't have Nico Collins. Now what is he doing? They're losing games. So you need those other guys to be successful in football. That's what's his name's problem. You know, he's getting sacked 50 fucking times, man. You know, they should have took care of that offensive line along with him. But they gave up so much to get him that they couldn't do anything else but just get him. And they couldn't repair their offensive line. Dude's gonna get sacked more than David Carr did. Feel bad for that kid. CJ had a good offensive line. He had two good young wide receivers. You know, sorry.
So I kind of put him fifth. I kind of put him fifth just because of the simple fact that he reminds me of Sherbert. And Sherbert hasn't done shit even with all the hoopla. That's the only reason too. Like, I know I shouldn't compare him to him because they don't have no comparison really too much. Like, they both went to Oregon. Maybe that's why, but I don't know why. But I just think of him as like he's going to have a similar type, you know, as a Herbert, which Herbert's good, but he just hasn't proven shit.
If he doesn't want to be with fucking Chargers, I'll welcome his ass to the Raiders quick. Now, I don't say that about quarterbacks in our division. I wouldn't even want fucking Mahomes' bitch ass as our team, but Herbert, it's not his fault he's unsuccessful.
No, he's not even for LA. He's for the IE, but he's the thing is with him is like I didn't really watch too much, you know, of his games until this year. I watched, you know, highlights from him from Arizona State and like the shit that, you know, his college film from like, you know, when he went to Long Beach Poly and shit. And he was good, but like, you know, I kind of seen him too skinny and shit like that. But watching him this year, bro, like he grew a little bit. He filled out a little bit. He's still a little skinny for I think try to be everyday like kind of like what Lamar was in his rookie year, to try to run the ball all the time, because I think that won't last. But there's always, you know, in the NFL, I think guys are always going to get bigger. They're always going to get stronger and shit like that. You know, he's a younger dude. He's still gonna grow into like that, how they say that when you hit that grown man strength and shit, you know what I mean? Like, so I still think that's still in front of him. And I just think that from what I've seen from him this year, winning the Heisman, putting up 50 is not easy, dog. You know what I mean? Putting up 50 total touchdowns. He runs the ball. He could throw the ball with accuracy, long ball with accuracy. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Jaden, just from what I've seen, dog, and it's not too far. And to be honest, it ain't like, that's what I'm saying too. Is Jaden is my number one for sure, but like, it ain't so much far ahead of Drake May or Caleb or Penix. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't that far ahead to where I'm like, fuck. Like, if I'll be like, fucking son of a bitch, you know, like that. We took this guy instead of Jaden. You know what I mean? If they're both available, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, those guys do show attributes too that's fucking, you know, that's just good, bro. Like, Caleb, his decision making is what kind of has me, you know, dropped him a lot this year. You know what I mean? Had me, which is not a lot, because he's still, you know what I mean, probably going to be most likely. I mean, a lot of people have him being taken the second or first or second or third, even the, you know, quarterback, you know, taken. But his decision making sometimes is just bad, and he holds on to the ball when he doesn't need to and shit like that. And that's what I like about Jaden's game. He's more NFL ready. These other guys,
he's a good athlete.
Like Caleb, he looks like he's trying to play backyard, and that works sometimes. But bro, sometimes you hurt your team because you just end up messing up, throwing across your body when you didn't need to, or you know what I mean, you're trying to show off because you're trying to be this new age quarterback where these new look, no look passes or whatever and shit like that. Like, nah, like, I want to go get a guy that's going to fucking just put it all on the line and just win at all costs. And that's what I see from Jaden.
There you go, brother.
Jaden looked like a wide receiver. Oh, you haven't seen him. Oh, Raider Paul, you really haven't seen him. That's why I think you like Bo Nix so much. You really haven't seen Jaden. If you say he looks like a wide receiver,
his arm is better.
His arm is better than his feet, and his feet are good.
He's an all-around better quarterback than Bo Nix, but we don't know what he has in his head. You know, playing in the SEC is a good thing, but we've seen all different quarterbacks come from different places and be successful. So, you know, you can't tell unless they get put out there. And how you protect them. You know, you can't go out there with a shit offensive line and throw a rookie out there. And, you know, our offensive line is all right, but it's just that our quarterback holds the ball too long, and he does it all the time. So that's what makes our rookie quarterback look bad.
Jaden Daniels with one game less had like 10 more touchdowns than fucking anybody else.
But to score 50 in the SEC, that's impressive.
50.
You know, and what's his name? Caleb has an option to come back, right?
Caleb? Yeah, all of them I think have the option of coming back.
Oh, I would love to see him in the Big 12 play against them.
Nah, Caleb's already keeping himself out of the Holiday Bowl. That means he's getting ready for the draft. He just hasn't announced it.
He's scared.
When you pull yourself out of the bowl game, that means you're getting ready for the draft.
He's scared of the Big 12, bro.
Yeah, I just like to me, Jaden is just not head and shoulders above anybody else. I just think he's just a little bit ahead of the pack. But I like this quarterback class, and that's why I was saying like it's unfortunate for Aiden that he's not gonna get a old school chance where like okay, this is his rookie year. Let him go through his growing pains, all the growing pains he wants. Let him throw 25 interceptions like Peyton Manning did in his rookie year. Those days are over. You know what I mean? Especially on this team with the situation that we were down. Like he had a 9-game fucking interview, dog, and that's it. And it's gonna end because everything, the situation that has put him in, the quarterback class that's coming in, the coaching, changes, like he's a rookie who has a lot of question marks, who doesn't have any mobility in this dual threat type quarterback age. So it's unfortunate, but he's not going to get the same chance as everybody else. And that's life, bro. Not everybody gets the same chance. You know what I mean? Not everybody gets a fair chance. He needed to do what he needed to do in those 9 games, and he didn't do it. And that's just the way the cookie crumbled, dog. That's it.
Crumble cookies sound good right now.
Yeah, man. I'm just waiting for Thursday now. You know what I mean? It's still Raiders. You know what I mean? For forever, bro. Like we're still gonna for sure hope that they beat the fucking Chargers, because I damn sure don't want to hear that they swept us. You know what I mean? From stupid ass Charger fans, just watching stupid videos from the couple of Charger fans that exist out there are gonna just blow it up. So it's just
we sacked you 7 times. They're still on that.
Man, we just need to we need to win this game on Thursday, and hopefully we just salvage by not letting our division rivals beat us the rest of this year, and then let's go out and start the new year and make the right choices.
Well, you'll be there, Arkham. So you pump them fools up over there, bro. You pump them fools up,
Arkham, and make sure you fucking tell Dirty Low to wake up. Don't be asleep during this game. I know he was sick the last one, but tell him to wake his ass up.
Get his ass up early. You guys get it in.
Yeah, this is a good show, man. It was a cool 2.5 hour show. Shit. But yeah, man, there's still a lot of shit, man. Like this week changed. Everything could change in 1 week. You never know, bro. So I still think it's gonna be a miracle for anything to, seriously happen. But hey, it's still Raiders forever, man. And yeah, man, it's just keep it up. That's
Yeah,
it, man.
plenty of shows coming up, Gabe. Almost every day, right? So
yeah, we're gonna have one. Well, we have one right now for sure. Tomorrow we have the Raider Nation live at 8:00 for sure, and then Wednesday the pick'em, and then Thursday the post game.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday we'll have the post game as the Raider Nation live show, post game show basically. You know what I mean? Because we usually go on Thursday anyway, but this week it'll be the post game show. This Raider Nation live on Thursday will be the post game show. So yeah, for sure we'll be on all week basically, dog. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's just go out and beat these motherfuckers. I don't want to hear. I live over here, like I'm always in the LA area and shit like that, so I don't want to hear no bullshit. I'm always wearing my Raider shit, so I don't want to have to, get down like every day from some stupid ass movie. But yeah, man, you guys stay up, man. Keep smoking. You know what I mean? Take another rip before we get out.
I'm saving my stogie for the trip home, so I gotta go get some more.
But yeah, man, hey, you guys have a good one. Have a good rest of the day. Fucking like the homeboy Low says, stay safe. You know what I mean? Stay safe and fucking make sure you just fucking always getting back home safe, bro. No matter what you guys are doing out there, just make sure you always are safe. And stay up, man. Have a good rest of the Monday. And peace out, man. Nation. Raider Nation for life.